What is going on? I am Johnny Von Duke and you are watching Disney Channel. Why the fuck do I keep doing this intro? What is going on, everybody? Johnny Von Duke here. And as you all know, I usually, well, not specifically Forbes anyway, but I usually go after sites similar to Forbes for posting nothing but spam mail. And as we know, Forbes is the original connoisseur of spam mail. But you know, for once they actually managed to cover something that isn't spam mail, that isn't annoying, that isn't a repost, that isn't something dumb you would see on a magazine cover in the 90s. I almost said on the 90s. I mean, hey, if you got a drug out there called the 90s, I'm interested. Don't go on the 90s, kids. That stuff is too strong for you. But what are we covering about Forbes today, and what is the actual interesting thing? Well, I'd say this constitutes pretty heavily. Now listen, we all know Pfizer, I'm never sure how to say their name. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to say Pfizer. I should look it up, but I really don't care to. We all know they are kind of a bigger company that stretches off and reaches into multiple different markets, not just medicine, although medicine is one of their biggest things. The thing that just concerns me, though, overall, and again, this is to be expected with this company, you know, this is nothing new with them. This is well known, this is well covered. But it's just like, I like talking about this simply because it's kind of disgusting that you expect to get revenue, you know, from life-saving medicine, arguably in certain cases. Now listen, me with COVID, I'm not sure. I've been exposed so many fucking times I might as well call myself immune, but I've never gotten the proper diagnosis, so I'm not going to make that a claim on video. But it's like, yeah, COVID on the lower end usually isn't a problem. I've been exposed so many times and never have caught it. And those who I know have caught it have been just fine afterwards. And we have tons of documented cases of people being just fine. But the reality is, for certain age groups, COVID is a danger. It is bad. It is brutal for them. You know, if you got grandparents still alive or great-grandparents, they're in the danger zone. If you have super young kids, not teens, we aren't talking teens, but if you have super young kids, like kids 10 or younger, I believe it was called, yeah, they are at risk of COVID too. So it just bugs me a little bit that we have these guys wanting to, you know, make bank off of this kind of stuff. Now, I really don't want to get into the article, so to speak. I just want the article to be, again, just a central talking point. But it's just kind of a little bit buggy. Like, why do you want to make profit off this? Well, we know why. It's good to be able to treat something. It's good for your bank account. You know, for example, I forget what medicine it is, but there was a certain medicine that was super cheap before, but then the company saw, hey, people need this in mass quantities, so we can raise the price. I forget which medicine I'm talking about. It's been a documented case. If I remember later when editing the video, I'll post in the description. Or I'll just put a caption over this. But it's just like, do you use... And I know this is a stupid thing to ask, because at the end of the day, money does make the world go round. But it's just like, I kind of wonder, do you guys think they should be able to make money off this stuff? I'm kind of curious. Now me, I feel a little bit 50-50 on it. Because at the end of the day, when you have people making an invention, putting in a patent, putting on the copyright stamp, so to speak, not that you really need copyright for medicine, I would hope not. But it's just like, you have certain fees you gotta put forward. You have tests that need done, and you gotta supply the back end of that somehow. And not everyone has the money to start out with, so they hope to make it up on the back end, so to speak. That is the end goal for a lot of people in making this stuff, and nothing really wrong with that. But there's difference between individuals and smaller groups and then giant companies, you know? There's obviously a bit of a level difference with all that, and I'm not really sure where to draw the line with it, if I'm being honest. And I don't want to create a whole moralistic debate out of medicine. I really don't. Because at the end of the day, point blank, it should just be available. You know, I don't care who you are. I really don't. You know, you could be the world's worst serial killer, or you could be a newborn baby. Everyone has a right to medicine and a lot of degrees, you know. I just feel like that should be understood. But it's like everyone has a right to it, but the access to it. Now that's the whole thing that kind of draws the big debate with me. Because, okay, we're under the understanding that everyone should have it, or at least in my mindset anyway. But how do you handle accessibility? Because, yeah, believing everybody should have a right to have it is one thing. But if it's available or not is another thing. And if it's available or not to a certain individual, you know, what can I really say? You know, it really comes down to the debate to what's the scale here. Now, COVID is winding down. It's been winding down for a while now. I don't see it reported on that much anymore, thankfully. You know, we're really only talking certain countries that are still dealing with it. Hell, here in the United States, we almost have it squashed, basically. Nobody even talks about it anymore over here. And when we do, we joke about it. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, considering the fact that COVID is winding down and everything, I guess we shouldn't be, you know, too surprised they're giving these statements and stuff like that. But it's not even the statements. It's just that, how do you guys think accessibility should be handled, and do you think people should have a right to profit off of it? And where's the line with that? Are we talking only large groups should not profit? Are we talking everybody shouldn't profit? Like, what's really the line with all this stuff? Because I just, like, in all 22 years I've been alive, it's like, it's always been a big moralistic debate. And it's like, I just don't know. I really don't. So, if anyone watches this, I pass it off to you guys. How do you feel on rights to medicine, accessibility, and all that happy crap? I don't mean to call it happy crap. This is kind of a major crap. Major crapzilla. Major crapatoa. Major crapalappa. But anyway, guys, I've been Johnny Von Duke making a brief video about medicine of all things. Because, man, we aren't consistent at all on this channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it away, other me. Woohoo! Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. It's pretty much a nothing burger, but if you've been watching my channel for all 8 years that's existed, you should know that's kind of what we do here. Anyway, if you somehow found yourself enjoying it, click over here to watch another video, click over here to watch another degenerate video, click here to subscribe to my channel, then click down there for, well, whatever lazy lack of originality content I put there. Anyway, get the fuck out of here, you filthy animal. Goodbye.